Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, did an interview on MSNBC with Psaki, and I want to take a look at two moments from this. The first, he just very accurately diagnoses and raises alarm about the moment that we're in this country, where rights are being rolled back and people are being targeted in some terrifying ways. Take a look at this and then we'll discuss.
Also don't get what's going on in this country. I don't get why everybody's not doing what we're doing. I don't understand it. Do people understand? It's not just about Mar-a-Lago. It's not just about what's happening in Washington, D.C. or what's happening in the New York court with the district attorney. There's something deep and serious that's happening across this country. All the progress the last half century is being rolled back in these states in real time. In just the last few years, I don't think people fully understand the rights regression, individual liberties, on civil rights, on voting rights, on the gerrymandering that's happening out here, on just the assault on the African American community, the assault on the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and trans community. The number one issue of the day, it seems to be getting rid of the word Latinx in Arkansas, and number two, getting rid of drag shows. It's a serious moment in American history, and yet we're so consumed respectfully by the spectacles in Washington that I, as an American, feel compelled as a governor to call that out and expose some of that in a more systemic way. And forgive me for being intense about this, but everything I have taken for granted in my life in the last half century in terms of rights expansion, I didn't even bring up abortion and contraception, all of that is in peril at this moment. And my kids, they need, if I care about my kids, I sure as hell better care about what's going on in Alabama, what's going on in Mississippi and Arkansas. And you know what? I'm coming back a much better governor because I spent a long weekend with my kids here.
I do want to.
He took a trip to Arkansas, but it's absolutely right. Because of the almost reality TV nature, wild drama that is American politics right now, it can be easy to get distracted from some of the significant ways in which damaging actions are being taken by the Republican Party and by this modern right wing that is driving the Republican Party. And I think Gavin Newsom, better than a lot of those within the Democratic Party, is able to call attention to that in a tone that matches the moment. I think we see a lot of Democrats who maybe they realize the moment that we're in and maybe they try to call attention to it, but it just doesn't match in tone, in rhetoric, the way that it should the moment that we're in. And that's what Gavin Newsom does very effectively, because it's scary. Abortion rights being targeted, even though clearly America's not on board with that, with the way that we are voting. As he noted, the LGBTQ community, the refusal to address problems such as gun violence and racial inequality and income inequality, and on it goes. It just is so enraging that that's what we're dealing with, but it is, and we can't let the Mar-a-Lago debacles, those are important too, and Trump's legal troubles distract from the significant things that also have to be focused on. Next moment from this interview here.
It sickens me in my core, and I'll tell you, and you would have more insight than anybody, so you can validate. What happened in Tennessee triggered this trip. Just triggered. I called the White House, full disclosure. I said, I can't take it. I can't. I got 4 young, I can't. I was given speeches, the same speech you've seen every politician give, in Monterey Park, down in Salinas. I gave it prior down in Gilroy. Gave them when I was mayor. We see the dance. Baldy. I mean, I can't. I just can't take it. I can't take it. And then to see the same governors, these talk about mental health, unique apparently in America. To talk about, our parents and our family. I mean, all the BS. And then they claim to care about life when the number one cause of death for our children is guns. It's shameful. They're shameful. And it should shock our souls. but it's becoming so normalized. It's a matter of hours now, not even days. I mean, I thought we would never move on from Parkland or never move on from Uvalde, never move on from Buffalo. I had to read the manifesto. I read the manifesto from the shooter in Buffalo. I still have chills thinking about that manifesto to understand this. This is serious. The manifesto allegedly for the shooter in Tennessee, all connected, this broader contagion. They don't care about our kids, because if they did, they'd ban these damn weapons of war. They would have background checks. They require some common damn sense. They don't. So you know what, those kids that were there in the Capitol, God bless every single one of them.
We've talked a good bit about this subject on today's show, but I just don't know how else to say it. It's so true what he's saying, that if you're gonna say you're the party of protecting the kids, as the GOP has been saying, and then turn around and side with this distorted and inaccurate and correct view of what the Second Amendment means, that it means you can't regulate at all firearms over the lives of children and people of all ages, but because they say they want to protect the kids. You're not being honest. You don't. That's not an authentic motivation for the things that you're doing. It feels nice to say whenever it comes time for you to demonize LGBTQ people. But no, it's not an authentic ambition to protect the kids, because you would start, if you cared about that, you would start with the leading cause of death for children, no doubt. And so to choose, again, the incorrect interpretation that has been created of the Second Amendment over the lives of our children highlights better than anything else, more accurately than anything else, the dishonesty of that whole narrative. And it's sickening to watch day after day. We just got news of another mass shooting in Louisville, 5 people dead. And they're at schools, but they're also all over the place. This one's at a bank. And there are lives being lost, and also the terror that is injected into just the lives of people when they know this could happen anywhere, at any time. And all of that is not necessary. It really is not necessary. Nothing makes that more clear than the fact that we're the only country that experiences, when we compare ourselves to other developed countries, this type of gun violence, these numbers in terms of mass shootings. And to think that's just a coincidence, and the reason why other countries don't see this gun violence is just because they don't have problems with mental health for some magical reason. No. It is clear what needs to be done, and it's not being done. It's being blocked from being done by so many within the Republican Party.